Anyway, I've been looking for knives, so I, typed in Pomelo peeling knives and just went through this list real fast, and I don't see anything that jumps out at me as useful because I'm looking for something dull, like a butter knife at the tip, and so I can use it to pry away because that's half of the work is actually prying away the peel, right? So nothing jumped out at me. I got these curved knives that look kind of cool that can help cut, but really, I can't find anything. And then I realized, that knife that my mom uses, if you remember that round one that you can buy at most Asian stores. So I actually went to her place and I asked, and she said about that knife, and she said, yeah, it's normal one. She has dozens of it because she buys at a dozen at a time, and she gave me one. Might even be the same one that she used because she left it outside. So and then I went on YouTube just to see if there's anything that we can find. And again, I find this video, and basically there's apparently a lot more video on peeling. And I watched hers, and she has a pretty good techniques. It was one that this is what we commented about. That was really good. Yeah, there's a lot more videos apparently on pomelo peeling. But in any case, I'm gonna show a video that I made of me, modifying that knife a little bit. I didn't like the tip being sharp because, one, I'm not that great at knifing skills, right? For lack of a better word. So I'm gonna go into this video that I thought I would fit right here. So I'm gonna make this bigger. So this is a knife. Remember, I think my mom used. So this is sharp all the way through. It can actually cut. I'm going to go ahead and dull this portion. This is pretty dull already. I'm going to go ahead and dull this portion and then keep this part sharp because I don't think the idea is not to have to lift the knife up and then put the knife down and switch it to another one, and not, ultimately not cut yourself, right? So I'm going to go ahead and play this to see what I showed you what I did. Basically, I just resharpened it a little bit because I had the whetstone out, and then I dulled this part out just by running against the whetstone and by dulling it. So, oops. Okay, so that's the knife, and I'm gonna go ahead and forward a little bit just to show you. Okay, so this is me sharpening it. That's just what my dad taught me, and I think toward the end, right? I'm gonna skip it. Toward the end, I actually, let's see here. All right, so that's sharp. Now, okay, so this is what I did, basically to dull it out, right? Just at that end right there. So just basically grind it down so that it's dull and I can't cut myself, right? So I guess I'm going to go to where I was 16, 17, let's see here, to where I actually used it to cut a pomelo. So let me see here. Right, okay. So I'm measuring or weighing this one, so it's 21 ounces, so it's a pound and 5 ounces. So it's a pretty small pomelo. It's kind of dried out, and so, I mean, when it's kind of wilted a little bit, it's actually harder to cut because it's becomes a little leathery. I'm gonna cut it. I did one already just as a test. It was pretty good, but that one wasn't a great pomelo to demo on because it wasn't that good of a mellow. It was just this really thick peel. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Okay, like what I typically do, just cut the top off, and then I'll take the bottom side off again. Yeah, I was just mentioning how sticky it was. Yeah, and then okay, so that has the cracked open, which I really like because that essentially gives me the thumb hold to basically wedge it open and just peel it apart. So I do four, right? I score it four, and then I'll just use my fingernail to push it down, and then try to peel the peel off. So it comes off. So it's thinner. So I'll show you compare. Watch, see how thick the other one was. That's a fresh one. So let's see here. We do all four of them. I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up a little bit so you can not finish it up right. Okay, so after that's done, I just basically put my thumb in and just pull it apart. And then this is interesting because this one barely had any seed. It's a smaller one, so not enough seed. So then I would find out that, hey, because it's dull, it's hard to cut, right? It doesn't have that scoring capability, so I have to use the wedging like that to do that, right? And then put it down. And I actually, pulled it into fours already. So what I do with that, right, and start to peel it with the knife. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up a little bit because I just wanted to speed up. Okay, so this is me showing examples. We've got better camera angle, will be better, but I think at some point you should see better. But see, I can use the knife right now with some confidence because it's dull there, right? I can push it down and push it, and you can use the sharp part, which is the middle part of the blade, and it's sharp. So you can actually use the tip to pull it out and push it. It's a little more effective than the fingernail because the fingernail is a little thicker, and you end up with just making a lot more, I guess, watery because you're squeezing it and pushing it, and then you're actually doing pretty well. Well, pomelo's easy. This one pomelo is easy to peel too because it just happens to have no seed. But you look at it, it's pretty quick. The knife is, you can use it in your hand. It's small enough so that you can actually peel things off. And I think I made another video where I try to use the bigger one where it's clunky, and it's because it's sharp. It's, unless you're really good with the control of it, you might cut yourself or have a higher tendency. This one, you're dull in front. You have a little more confident in poking it through like that. At least I do. I'm sure, like my mom, she do this and she just used the knife as is. Um, so that's just experience. So I'm just looking for a way to just quickly be able to do things. See how if you use your fingernail, you can actually do it. There's nothing stopping you from using your fingernail, but with a knife, you can actually, you know, like my sister said, a little bit, what was it? A little more hygienic, I guess, for lack of a better word. She's just like kind of gross. But in any case, with the knife, right, you can just use it, poke it, pry it out, and then you just continue going out, and it's pretty quick. And I think again, I think I weighed this pomelo. I always weigh it to, not always, but most times, just to see if that pattern holds. It's again somewhere around half a pound. I mean, half of the weight of that. So this is what 21. It probably come out to be what 11 or so in terms of how much fruit that you can actually eat. So yeah, I'm showing just to whip flip through it, right? You can use the tip to just to pull it out. I mean, just to pry it out the skin and the peel, and that's the membrane for the thing. Because I think I watched another video that actually says it's membrane. Not sure what the technical name is for that. The peel, the part that we actually peel away. So with the knife in your hand, you actually do that more because in the past I would just try to use the fingernail because I don't want to pick it up and down. And that's essentially it, right? Oh, no, there's more. So this is one technique because it's thinner, it's smaller, right? You can actually grab it like that. That's what my mom showed us in the first video. She cuts it through and then she rips it from the back, and it's, you don't have to use your hand to try to rip it out. So you're from the beginning, like some other videos show you. You're pretty quicker. You have more. I guess it's more better use of time. I guess a better word, right? It's speedier. So you pry it out, and you can actually use that thing to push it out again, or just pry it out back out, like you get the wedges coming out, right? And then if you have, it's in your knife hand, so you cut it again, and then you just basically again pry it apart. So that's the whole. That's the whole. You keep on repeating until you're done, and it's a pretty cool concept. I wish there's other ways that people would show me, like they say, hey, use this tool or use this method, but that's the whole goal. I'm going through this. And just over the course of every time I peel it, which we have a lot of pomelos, so we get to practice peeling quite a lot. But this is what you get. It's a easier one to peel because the fruit is actually a little drier. I think I did a little comparison on the knife after this too, after I weigh it, right? So I'm just gonna go blow through the weighing part. You don't need to see that. Okay. So again. So this is the knife again. This is the section that was sharp. That's the dull, and I'll show you the dullness of it. So I'm just flipping it so you can actually show you how I actually use it. But yeah. So this is the knife I use. That's sharp, right? So I'll compare the difference with some pomelo peel that I have, just to say, hey, this is some sharp, some not. And where is it? Okay, so this one right here. See how you can score it just by, see how you can see that little line that the score. So the tip is not sharp, but you can see that score that is the sharp one. That's one. And then if I grab the other one, you'll see that it's really sharp. Actually, I don't even show the comparison. I think I might have a video where I show the one that I feel. Okay, so this is another one I did, so I'm not gonna. Oh, the fire. Okay. It's just me messing around just to show you. I think one of my coworker, he was watching the video. And he said, yeah, fire always. I think he said something about fire or commented on fire potentially get more audience, right? So I was just showing. This is what I was referring to when I was telling you that I showed the my son and his cousin. What we used to do as kids, right? Orange peel. I think any citrus can do this. This pomelo just seemed to have a little more, but it is interesting. All right, let's blow by this. Let's see, where is it? Okay, so this is me using it again, and this is trying it with a big knife. I wouldn't do that because it's sharp. That's something that just okay. So toward the end, I had just to show you how sharp the knife is, right? Again, just testing the peel and cutting and just cleaning it. Okay, so see how that knife is sharp, pretty sharp, the big one? And the little one, it's sharp too. I just didn't have a good angle, a good approach to it. But the dull part, see, that's just super sharp. I don't want to be messing around with that when I'm working. Anyway, that is a technique that, or at least a method, or the tool that can help improve your, cutting, or at least my cutting or peeling of pomelos. I wish there was some other things that we could learn from. I think, and again, it's back to practice, right? How do you handle it? How do you cut through it? Because